What up, people? Welcome to Griever TV. This is the Barcraft New Zealand Dota2 tournament, and it looks as though Avril is connecting, and Dashner's going to be connecting as well. I'm not going to be commentating this match, I'm just going to be streaming it. But of course, A's from GTV and his good friend Dashner are going to be casting this for you guys. So, Dashner and A's, what's up, boys?
Hey, how's it going, man? Looking forward to this grand final live at the Barcraft event right now.
I can tell you're at the event because all I can hear is people in the background. What's the
Yeah,
atmosphere like?
can you hear me? Okay, am I audible over the people in the background?
You are. Well, the Dashner's just dropped, so I'm gonna have to find him and drag him back in. But yeah, man, you're all.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been we started at about 10 a.m. and so we've had a long, lengthy group stage, and we're finally here. We're finally at the grand final. And yeah, I'm really excited. These are our top two teams, and they're gonna put on a really good show. I'm excited.
True that. So all the players are in and ready. Why can I not see the captain's mode picking stage? What is up?
We're waiting for all players. So one of the spectators has not joined. That would be Dasher. I don't think he's joined. There we go.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Dasher, are you there, mate?
No comms from Dashner.
Having a bit of technical issue with Dasher at the moment. Can't hear him in the game. He's just messaged me on Steam. He says, "Can you hear me?" Apparently not.
Re-go through your mumble settings, dude. Configure mumble wizard or whatever, and go through that. Get your mumble back up.
So
we'll need that for the
just while Dash is fixing that, just a little background on this tournament. We obviously started at 10 a.m. We've had 7 teams today in total. They play in a group stage, a complete round robin. So every single team plays every single team. And these are our top 2 teams. So the top 2 teams make it to the grand final, which is best of 3. And obviously, these guys have already played each other due to the group stages. uNxt was the victor of that game between uNxt and Griever and GiGa. So we'll see if they can repeat that performance.
Dashner, have you got
Yeah, should be back now. It looks like everyone DC'd from the lobby though.
Everyone is
new
DC
lobby
from
yet?
the lobby. Interesting.
I guess it's a new lobby. I'll just ask VDK.
Appears to be more technical issues. Sorry about that. Everyone seems to have disconnected from the lobby. We'll just see what's happening with that at the moment.
Alright, so yeah, quick shout out to everybody on the stream joining us today. It's good to have you guys here. Was the previous Dota 2 tournament broadcast A's, or is this the first one that we're actually going to be broadcasting?
Dasher and I actually did the last one as well. Dasher will tell you about that. Just give me a second. Cool. So we're going to remake that lobby. Apparently a couple of technical issues there.
Yeah, the last one, I'm pretty sure it was Famufu's team that ended up winning the last one as well. Pretty sure VDK. I know Cux was there. Not sure about Famufu though. But yeah, they ended up winning the last Barcraft. That was the first tournament that I did actually cast. So, was pretty good. It was pretty stompy. So I'm actually glad that they dropped a game, and yeah, we should be in for some good matches now.
Sick. Well, it looks like everybody is back into the lobby at the very least, so should be readying up and going live real soon, folks.
Yeah, it was just a remake because the first pick went to the wrong team. So.
Alrighto.
Yeah, and
we have video.
On the previous Barcraft tournament, the first one we had, it was between GiGa and Clutch 5. Clutch 5, who unfortunately didn't make it into the grand final this time. They're going to have to settle for 3rd or 4th.
That's unfortunate.
But straight back into the picks and bans right now. GiGa, also known as Famofu's Throws fan club. If you don't know who they are, they used to be Sequential Gaming SQL, and they did play in the recent G1 League against Chinese teams such as DK, IG, and LGD. So very, very decorated team.
Wow, so these guys are from New Zealand, or?
3 of them are from New Zealand. Their lineup today is all New Zealand, but their normal lineup consists of 3 New Zealanders, Cux, BDK, and Famofu, and 2 Australians.
So.
Yeah, I haven't really heard about anyone from uNxt before, but it's pretty good to actually take a game off these guys. I pub a lot with VDK and Cux, and yeah, I mean, and with Famufu on their team as well. I mean, to drop a game is pretty big for them. So hopefully we see a real good grand final here. Hopefully 3 games.
And TA going to be the first ban for uNxt with Magnus and Batrider from GiGa. Interesting, Magnus has picked up so much, and definitely worthy of a first ban at the moment. And I think that TA ban definitely a respect ban towards Formofa, whose TA is really good.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts, Dasher?
Mag is just so strong right now. He can go mid, pretty much dominate any mid hero as well. That's 90 mana nuke, 7-second cooldown, level 7 does so much. And then he can also offlane as well with that 1200 range skewer. And we should see Dirge being banned out as well, but I don't want to be matched against the Dirge cheese, which a lot of teams have been doing. And then Famufu is going to be picking up Pain, so most likely be Famufu on Queen of Pain mid, which is fairly strong on.
Famufu is the mid player for this team, so Queen of Pain will most likely be his hero right here, and we'll see what uNxt respond with for their first 2 picks.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I don't really know what these people play, but I'm assuming they're going to be picking very solid picks up, maybe like Rubik, Kiro, or Darkseer is still in the pool as well, which may be a really good pickup for them now.
Yeah, in fact, just on that topic, Jakira has been one of those heroes that's recently become extremely popular. Jakira, Sven, Magnus. We've seen a meta shift recently, and these are the current heroes which are very, very popular. So, and since the ban phase has been changed so that you can only have 2 heroes in the first ban phase, you're going to see a lot of these heroes make it through, and Darkseer will be that second pickup for uNxt.
Yeah, I like I was just about to say it's pretty much definite that they pick up the Jakiro for their second pick here, because not just if they didn't want it on their team, but Darkseer plus Jakiro combo, Ice Path, the vacuum into the Ice Path is just ridiculous. It's pretty overpowered. So whether that was a pick purely to take that away from uNxt, or they did want it, but yeah, it was pretty much a definite have to pick up there, and then they pick up the Windrunner for most likely the offlane.
Even if they didn't want uNxt to get it, it's a solid pickup for their own team. Jakiro is just so strong at the moment. We were still waiting for the third pick from uNxt. Rubik, I don't think they're going to run a Rubik mid. I think.
Yeah, I really like the Rubik pickup as well, though, because he can get not only like the Queen of Pain Blink is probably one of the best spells he can get in the game, as well as the Ice Path as well. Though he didn't know that he could get that when they first got it. But yeah, Blink, stealing that Blink from Queen of Pain is such a strong initiation spell and escape spell for such a squishy hero at times.
Just something I noticed from the previous encounter between these 2 teams, it was a faceless Void pick on the uNxt team side, which really won them the game. This Void got extremely fat, really completely threw GiGa off. I mean, GiGa ran something like a Sven, TA, and Bounty Hunter, and they could just not take down this Void with the Butterfly. And looks like Chen will be our third pickup, so no carries or mids at the moment unless they want to run a Rubik mid. I'm going to go into the second ban phase.
Yeah, they ban out the Void as well. They don't want to obviously verse that Void.
I said,
fairly strong support for that Chen.
In fact, to my memory, uNxt did run a Chen in their last encounter. Sven will be the ban from uNxt. They don't want to face it against Sven. Again, one of those heroes that has just seen some sort of a re-emergence. I don't know why, but it's become so popular.
Yeah, his cleave got a huge buff. The radius is now like insane. It's probably, I would say, I don't know how to put it, maybe like, is it 400 range or something, the cleave? It's like insane. Like, so you don't even have to be hitting the primary target. You just kill the support heroes at the back in 1 or 2 hits. He's probably gonna they pick up like the armlet, the BKB, the Mask of Madness, and then they throw on God Strength, and it's pretty much like Super Saiyan mode. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous for those low cost, very efficient items that he can just pick up early game and just dominate the mid game with.
The thing I've always thought about that was that, Spen has always had that capability in that game, but it's been until now that it's really picked up. Whereas, I would have thought if teams wanted to do that, they could have done that, almost at any stage.
Yeah, well, his cleave got buffed a lot. Like, it's a lot bigger now than what it was. It was more like a Rune Dax before, maybe a bit bigger, but now it's really huge. So I think that's why they've started to pick him up now. I think he's got a couple other small buffs, but
yeah, he's had a couple of other small buffs. I think the Warcry had a bit of a buff, just a slight one.
And then we see the Bounty Hunter being banned out, and then we have the Luna and the Naga. So banning out this sort of hard carry, especially that Naga, that split push could be. Then maybe that's something they don't want to have to do.
And I also don't think they want to see Naga and Darkseer on the same team. I know that combo got nerfed, but it's still completely viable. And GiGa did win with that combo in the last Barcraft competition as well. So yeah, definitely a very good ban. Very good ban.
Especially with Rubik being able to follow up with something like an Ice Path as well, as that's probably going to be the spell he's going to be looking to steal, other than the Blink. For most of the game, I would assume so, because that's just so. I mean, it's basically like having a Jakiro on your own team. So, I mean, that's
a Jakiro on your own team that also has a lift and a bolt. So it's kind of insane. Anti-Mage will be the final ban for uNxt. So Bounty Hunter, just while we're on that topic, Bounty Hunter's seen quite a bit of play this tournament. Quite a few teams have picked up Bounty Hunters, and it actually has made the difference in a lot of the games. That bonus track gold is just so huge. It really means the difference between how much farm your supports are getting, and you noticed how much the difference between teams that have Bounty Hunters is just how much farm the supports are getting from that track gold.
Oh yeah, track is absolutely ridiculous at the moment. Just, I don't know, some fights he throws it on like 4 different heroes, and that's like almost like a 2,000 gold advantage just from one team fight. That's not even including the normal kill gold you get. So yeah, I mean, support's getting track gold. I mean, they get up their small items, their 4-star a lot earlier, like 5-6 minutes quicker than the other supports, and that can make all the difference. And we see a Lena pick up from Famithu's Throw fan club. It looks like they're going to be running.
This is looking like a tri-lane to me. Jakiro, Lena, and their last pick with Windrunner off-lane, Queen of Pain mid. This is looking a lot like a tri-lane.
Probably something like a CK. I would assume it's going to be a stunning, even a Nake's maybe.
They've removed Naga from the pool themselves. I was going to say that could have been a good pickup with the Naga net. Really good setup for that tri-lane. And Sand King on the uNxt side, at the moment it's looking like Darkseer solo, Chen Sand King in a lane with either Rubik mid or Rubik tri-lane with Chen and Sand King. Chen obviously in jungle, but that kind of counts as a tri-lane almost.
And it's the tiny, wow, okay. So, I mean, this is going to give uNxt something to think about, because not only is FTFC's early game super strong with Tiny, but also Tiny can outcarry so many, he just outcarries most carries in the game right now. He's so strong. So, I mean, I assume they're going to be picking up a super hard carry here right now, but the next team, as they have the Sand King, the Chen, and the Darkseer for Turtle.
They've definitely got that team fight ready with the Sand King Darkseer. They really need the carry at the moment, something that can put up a fight against this Tiny, who I agree will just be a big force, and Morphling will be the final pickup. So I do believe we may very well be seeing this tri-lane Sand King, Morphling, Chen, Darkseer solo with Rubik mid. Thoughts, Dash?
Yeah, that's most likely going to be the lanes, I would assume so. Yeah, it's unlikely. They're definitely not going to run an aggressive tri-lane uNxt. And yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting. I actually think that they might. FTFC may run this top lane, the tri-lane top. They have the counter wards already, so maybe not. But then they might be the counter wards for this Sand King in case he gets this Sandstorm. So
we'll just quickly run through the plays as well while we're here, Dishes. So if we open the scorecard, Famofu will be on the Queen of Pain, will most likely be on mid. Jiro will be on the Windrunner, Kux on Tiny, Kun on Jakiro, BDK on Lena. And for the uNxt side?
Yeah, we're gonna have Zeal on the Rubik. We're gonna have Morphling. Is gonna be played by Sheep Hathome. Coffee Puffs on the Darkseer. Wensen on the Chen, and Pengu on the SK. Yeah, so we're gonna be having that tri lane. The Chen looks like the Sand King may be going middle. It looks like he's going middle. He's picked up that Star Shield, so he's definitely not going to be going in that top lane. It's definitely going to be a middle, I would assume. And it looks like he's rushing the bottle as well. So we're going to be having a Morphling, Rubik, Chen tri-lane. Chen obviously going to be in that jungle. And then on the Radiant side, looks like the tri-lane will be going bottom.
Why do you think they're doing that? I mean, Rubik, to my thought, would have been a really a good mid, a standard mid rather. Do you think they're really putting they just want to put a lot of pressure on that top lane because obviously Sand King is melee and Rubik is ranged, but now I'm thinking Sand King's going to have a hard time against this Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the right choice because you want to keep this Windrunner out of a lane as much as possible. So if you can just have the Rubik trading hits and then regenning up, obviously you're going to be able to keep this Windrunner out of a lane way more than his Sand King's gonna. Like, Morphling Sand King, not a horrible lane in a pub, but when you're versing a professional team, or half of a professional team, I mean, this Windrunner is going to get all the EXP in the world, so they're going to be trying to keep this Windrunner down as much as possible. We already have the Sentry Wards on the Rubik, so they're going to be looking to counter straight away. And yeah, and we have a Smoke on the Chen as well, so he's going to be looking to either gank that mid or get that Windrunner, who I've played with him a fair bit. He has made a few mistakes in the games, but he normally plays fairly solid to my knowledge. So we'll see if he's able to not die in this lane.
What do we got here? Lena moving down to the bottom lane. I think we're seeing a little bit of action on the top lane right now. Illusion's just going down to that Chen. And yeah, these lanes have gone pretty much as I had thought. Darkseer might actually get caught down at the bottom of here. Lena's going to come in. The stun's going to pop out. Double stun. Is he going to get out? He has the surge, so good body block by Lena, but I don't think it's just going to be enough.
If he can get another stun here, the stun's going to hit, and we have an ice path
We
back
still
up
have
in
an
1
ice
second.
path. This could be first blood right here.
This is going to be the first blood. No miss uphill. The first miss happens.
He has a surge. He needs to go through with the surge and he'll survive.
Wow. Only just living there. That miss uphill most likely saved his life. Lena's first attack actually missed. But in the middle lane, we're going to be seeing Famufu completely dominating this Sand King. I don't know how much this Sand King is actually going to be able to do.
This is exactly what I would thought would happen in this lane. This is why I thought it's very risky putting the Sand King in the mid against a Queen of Pain. Sure, you might secure that top lane, but you're going to give this Queen of Pain a lot of room to move, and this is kind of here that you don't want to have to deal with a farmed Queen of Pain in middle game.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much put everything on this Morphling, though, to be honest. They picked up the Morphling last, who got a huge nerf. I mean, they're basically probably going to be playing him that maybe even like Lincoln's into Manta, Skady, that type of old school Chinese Morphling before the Ethereal Blade come out. And that's why they have the Sand King, the Darkseer, and Chen. Obviously, that epic total lineup, they can just sit in base, spam everything out. And if FTFC play too risky, they may actually get picked off. So they're going to be going for the late game definitely with this Morphling pick. And I think that's why they sort of sacrifice middle and put the Sand King there, because they want to keep this Windrunner down and get this Morphling as much farm as possible.
Yeah, another thing about that Morphling pick is that I've noticed is that against a Tiny who has that passive, which Craggy Exterior, that's the one I'm thinking of, where you just end up stunning yourself if you're a melee carry. I think it was really important that they have that Morphling pick as a ranged carry. I think, do you agree that they needed something like a Morphling to potentially beat this Tiny?
I wasn't thinking Morphling. That hero's been nerfed so much. I mean, I haven't seen him win a competitive match since, and he has, what, like a 30% win rate in pubs. I mean, he's still fine. Like, if you get farm on him, you can still own. But against Cux, who he knows how to play his carry. I mean, he's already a 7-4 top farmer in the game right now. Has four more last hits in this Morphling. I mean, Tiny's just so strong. I mean, if they get an early game advantage, FTFC, I really think this game could just snowball out of control really quickly. The key items are going to be that Blink Dagger on the Sand King, which is nowhere near right now. Blink Dagger on the Sand King, the mechanism on the Chen, and probably the pipe on this Darkseer if he can manage to get it, but he's really getting nothing right now. He's still level 1. This is Kuro doing a great job keeping him off, and they're choosing to farm up the Lina. She's just doing the standard creep pulling. So they're going to be getting the levels on this Lina early, and you see initiation onto the Darkseer, just keeping him off.
Yeah,
so
and obviously the Darkseer was forced to level Surge early game. He doesn't have that Ion Gel, which is kind of what he needs. Really, to get him any sort of fun, to have him compete in this lane at all, and all he has is Surge. He's level 1. He can't compete in lane. He's pretty much, he's not even in EXP range. Not having a good time here at all, and Lina is just waiting to stun.
He's used his Surge just to hit, but his Surge is going to last just long enough. I mean, at this point, what I would suggest is that the Chen tries to pick up a what are they called? The cycling creep, the Wildkin, and you can see they have these stacks in this area that Rubik's been stacking. So I mean, just go there and soak up some EXP. I've already seen Chen using the Wildkin Tornado on a stack camp, so he knows how to do that. So I mean, he's really getting nothing here right now. Just it's not even worth him being in this lane. I mean, he could be stacking these Ancients here, just doing anything he can to later on in the game catch up, but right now
really
is dire straits.
Yeah, this really is the kind of hero where you do require that farm. Darkseer needs those levels. He needs to get a high-level Vacuum, high-level Ion Shell, and a Surge, and at the moment he's having such a hard time. This is really going to impact on their mid-game, when they're really going to need that Darkseer assistance, and it's not going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, Corp's just having the time of her life in middle. I mean, Pengu on the SK, I mean, nothing against him, but he's only got the 5 last hits. Yeah, that versus the 26 and 11 denies as well. The denies obviously not denying as much EXP to a melee hero, but still, 11 denies is more than double the amount of CS that Pengu does have. So, I mean, this Corp's going to be getting mega farmed super quick. It may even be going for Hanamitis. I have a feeling this Queen of Pain's going for Hanamitis. She's picked up the Gloves of Haste already. Yeah, and I see no reason for doing that before the boots if you weren't going to go for Hanamitis. So I think she's going to see if her farm's going to continue going this way, and if it does, then go ahead the Hanamitis. If not, just pick up the power treads.
Yeah, Morphling actually has done a pretty decent job of catching up to this Tiny, who is only about 5 CS ahead at the moment. Slipping away maybe just slightly. Chen actually has pretty decent from the jungle. It'll be really interesting to see in a moment what Chen does. He's about to pick up something very special. I'm not going to just reveal at the moment.
He has the invis. And they know the rune's gone right now. They're pretty sure Lina checked the rune, so they know that someone has the rune. And they're looking to go on to this Windrunner. She has level 1 Windrunner up. She has no boots though. They have the double Troll Warlord. So if Rubik can pick him up, then this is going to be a kill. They should, unless they make a mistake. If Rubik can get the pick up here, this is definitely a kill.
Mid was in trouble. Mid Sand King just went straight down to that Queen of Pain. Ulti was used. Everything was on cooldown. I think Queen of Pain basically just went Super Saiyan on that Sand King.
Yeah,
and of course, Invis will come off on top lane, and that Chen has been revealed. I think they're just going to go for this early T1 push. They really need something right now. Double Dark Troll Warlord, they're going to have a lot of pushing power with this right now. GiGa are going to have to do something to stop this. They're going to have to respond in some way. In fact,
looks like VDK is picking up a TP now. Yeah, he has picked up a TP. They are going to be defending this. Chen taking a lot of hits on this tower already. It's not good. They have the troll trap onto the Windrunner. Windrunner should go down to one more attack. She's still alive. Throw it up in the air. One more attack, and does end up taking
Lina could be in trouble. Lina could be in trouble if someone picks up Lina right now. T1 still has not gone down. These guys are currently just in between the two towers.
A little bit surprised they don't go on this VDK. I mean, they have the Fade Bolt level 2 and a level 3 waveform. That's enough to take out this Lina, but support's coming now from the Jakiro, and this push is going to be over.
This ice path could be very dangerous if it hits somebody. Misses, but I don't think this Rubik's going to make it out alive. 3 heroes on Rubik, he will go down. I don't know if that was really good for uNxt. They didn't get that tier 1. They managed to take 1 kill. And Chen is still being chased, and this Queen of Pain will go in. This will be another kill for the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I'm just outplaying. I mean, they risked it a bit of a misplay there. They should have killed VDK. He was on about 300 health, and they had a level 3 waveform and the Fade Bolt, and they're both in range, but they chose, I don't know if they were scared they didn't have the sight to go in, but yeah, they just weren't happy. And if you see this top tower already going down, it may get denied. Nope, Kux on Tiny does actually get it. Dark's here level 4 now, and Kux is manning up. He has a stun in 1 second, but the double iron shell is going to be too much for him. He's going to run away. But he has his drums, power supply, and phase boots ready. So
during all of that, Darkseer somehow managed to get up to level 4 with a soul ring. That is actually a very speedy catch up. He's only now 3 levels behind this Tiny. When he started at level 1 against a Tiny that was fairly ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, but the supports did leave the lane, so I mean, it's fairly easy for him to catch up in those levels.
I actually was going to comment as well that because support was going to have to come up to help that top lane, this was going to give room for the Darkseer, and it definitely has. So I think actually uNxt achieved a couple of things here. Although they didn't get that tower, they gave that Darkseer a little bit of room and they picked up a kill. Although they did drop another 2 kills on top of that. I don't know. I think we'll have to see what happens towards the mid game to see if that was really worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling we're just gonna see a fast hex from Famufu here. We got the ice path in the middle onto the Sand King.
He's not gonna make it out.
He has no sandstorm. No, he's already used the sandstorm. One more scream should be able to do it. He has enough mana.
Hand of God will save Sand King. The problem with Sandstorm is you've got a lot of AoE heroes on this team. Jakiro, Queen of Pain, Scream inside the Sandstorm. He will not make it out of there alive. But Hand of God will come to play from
yeah. And at the same time, Tiny actually managed to solo the Darkseer on that bottom lane, even though the Hand of God did proc. So, I mean, not looking good for this Darkseer right now. Sony has level 1 vacuum, and that's not what they want. They want to be able to get this.
Top could be in trouble. Top in trouble. No, Windrunner gets away.
Yeah, they want to be able to get this combo of vacuum into the Sand King epicenter and the stun, but right now, I mean, it's going to be a long time, at least 10 minutes or so, before this Darkseer gets levels.
They've completely given up this bottom lane. They're putting a lot of pressure on this top lane. We're seeing 4 heroes coming through at the moment. Fortification will come through for the Radiant side, and they really want this tower. This is really key for uNxt, and they really want this tower.
They have no glyph up, but Queen of Pain has a haste screen. She is coming.
Windrunner's in a lot of trouble. Windrunner won't make it out of this one. BDK and the lane are trying to get out of there. Tower still not down yet. Tiny will join this fight.
Big ultimate from Queen of Pain and the scream. Every hero dropping low on the die side. This Queen of Pain is going to be the cleanup crew right now. One more blink. He has waveform. No, he doesn't. His strength more thing. We have an epicenter from Sand King.
Epicenters going to come through. Queen of Pain is going to feel a lot of pain right now.
Famufu's going to go down here. One more auto attack should take him out. Right now,
I think they want to trade on the Tiny. There was only one reason Morphling said it. He wanted it. Now Sand King's in a lot of trouble. He has a Burrow Strike. He has Sandstorm. Support comes through. Morphling buys back with Rubik TPing in.
Shackle doesn't latch. Ice Path.
Left. Jakiro's in a lot of trouble. Jakiro's on 3 heroes stun, and he will go down. This tower is going to be denied. This T1 that they've worked so hard to try and get will be denied.
And I gotta say, I mean, FTFC still come out on top. I mean, that tower gets denied. Queen of Pain picks up what? Actually, she didn't take many of the kills there, but if you have a look at the gold at 440 for the Tiny, 393 for the Quap, I mean, and then Morphling doing a good job. 377. It's not enough. Yeah.
Net worth is definitely going the way of Thor's fan club at the moment. Tiny and Queen of Pain are right at the top of that table.
Yeah, I mean, and we still haven't seen Chen do a lot. I mean, he's come out, the tower got denied. I mean, this Chen pick not really working out for him so far.
This Chen pick is really, he's been pressuring those towers. He's been getting those creeps up, and every time he's had that up, they've been going for that T1, and they put so much pressure on that. Spent so much time on that T1 to have a team fight not really go their way, and then have the tower denied. So overall, not getting very much over there, but. Again, these guys are looking to take it into the late game. It's
SK in a lot of trouble on the top lane. Toss comes up. He has the Burrow Strike on the bottom lane, sorry. And he should be able to get away from this one. Yeah, he's got to stun up in 5 seconds. But at the same time, we got Jakiro
more heroes
and
coming
Lena
through.
Coming around.
They're not giving us
like
up.
He's going to back off.
They're not going to get
him.
That has to be the most amazing chain stun ever because Burrow Strike is going to save the Sand King, in my opinion. So. Looking at a bit of pressure on the bot lane now. Tiny, he wants to go in. Oh, Burrow Strike just managed to get out of the way. Support will be coming in from uNxt. very shortly.
Yeah, they're gonna be
First TP's
probably
gonna come
trying to
through.
push.
Oh, that was an
And
extremely
this
good
Rubik gets dropped instantly. Sand King's already used his stun. He has Sandstorm up. And now we have the level 1 vacuum coming out.
Trying to save this Sand King. It's not going to make it out. Ion Shell is doing a lot of damage. Morphling's going to come in, take the kill. Tiny's in a bit of trouble. FaZe is going to get him out of there. Cleaner Pay backing him up just right. They're not going to do anything here. They just want to get that Tiny out.
Yeah, that Tiny is so quick. He's already used 3 drum charges. He has his phase boots. He almost hits haste with those. With just those 2 items, so I mean, once he pops the drum charge, so yeah.
I think. Do you think he'll be going for that Manta style after that Aghanim Scepter?
I think
Most
he'll pick up
likely
the Yasha. We got initiation onto for middle lane. Doubt he'll die because he does have the blink. I mean, dropping a lot of resources there just to get a bit of damage on the Queen of Pain, probably a bit of a mistake there. But yeah, I think he will go the Yasha into something more like an assault. I mean, the Manta style is good, but it's not that good early game. I mean, they can get there's not
it's
much,
not a key item.
not many
it's not a
buffs.
key
Yeah,
item.
I mean the Yash is a key item, but for the move speed. But there's not really that many buffs that. I mean, he can get rid of penance with it. Yeah, but it's not like there's like a Shadow Strike or like a Venomancer ulti he can get rid of with the
I just want
Manta.
to note.
So
I just want to note as well. Mechanism has been picked up for Chen, so now we have that Mechanism Hand of God combination. I think next team fight, that really could make the difference. Those 2 heals.
yeah, plus he has the 3 creeps now as well. He's had them for a little while, but yeah, if he can get some nice creeps off for attacking an illusion, they might think it's a replicate, but yeah, no, it's just an illusion, and Morphling just farming up on the top lane. So I mean, he's keeping up like as much as he can. I mean, if they didn't have the tower advantage and the kill advantage, I mean, they'd be roughly even right now. So I mean, he's not doing a bad job around the same CS.
I don't think the game is really too far either way at the moment. Both teams are even on towers. About 5 kills separate these 2 teams at the moment. XP
See,
is
initiation
going...
onto the Sand King on bottom lane though. He just gets out.
Forest
Yeah,
Strike to
okay,
get him
Queen of
down,
Pain. I mean,
Again,
but
very difficult to kill him.
yeah, I mean, the Cux is 1.6k away from his Scepter right now, and this is when the game's gonna blow apart. When he picks up this Scepter, before this Morphling really has any items, I mean, he's gonna get it, maybe even before Morphling gets the Lincoln Sphere. I mean, yeah, it's really gonna. I mean, Sand King and his Sandstorm is just gonna get cleaved
And
through
that's
the
it,
Scepter.
Lincoln
Yeah.
Sphere. The thing about Lincoln Sphere is it's not the most. Just before that, wow, that burst damage straight from if TFG. We had stun from Jakiro, Lena stun into the Laguna Blade and completely destroyed Morphling.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna mention that earlier, but something happened. Picking up that Lena, even though they didn't know the Morphling was coming, was a really nice pick because the way to kill Morphling is to kill him quick, not like sustain damage. You just want to burst.
You can't let him strength morph because then he'll never die.
Exactly, and that buff to Laguna Blade, having that 70-second cooldown. I mean, they can just keep ganking this Morphling, and it only gets lower from there as well. So I mean, it's such a good spell to burst down those type of heroes, Morphling, Doge. So those heroes that benefit from sustained fights. Yeah. So nice little. Maybe they thought maybe they knew the Morphling was coming. Or they knew another hard carry who they wanted to burst down quick. And right now, DS in a bit of trouble. He does manage to TP out.
No stun from Queen of Pain, unfortunately.
Another key item
no
coming up.
here.
Yeah, and another key item coming up for Queen of Pain is that Orchid is going to be up in about 500 gold. So they're going to have the Scepter from Tiny in 900, and we're going to have the Orchid from Queen of Pain. They're 2 massive items for this Radiant side.
It's interesting, Queen of Pain rushing an item like an Orchid. Usually you might see Queen of Pain rushing something more like Scythe of Eyes. But Orchid, you know, maybe on I'm thinking Morphling to stop him from morphing,
yeah, I mean, stop the Morphling, stop the waveform, stop getting out the replicate. They just want to stop. I mean, they're going to get it quicker, and I think the reason he went for this cheaper item but still effective is because Cux is going to have his Scepter up very, very soon, and then they're going to be looking to just team fight a lot. I mean, Cux doesn't need to sit in a lane and farm once he gets that. He can just 1-2 hit a wave on the way to a team fight, kill a couple of neutrals, and that really keeps the CS up a lot. Whereas this Morphling really has to sit in lane, last hit, keep lane control still. I mean, he's already in the jungle now. He's so scared, and he's still a long way away from his Lincoln Sphere. almost what 1500 gold. So
I think he definitely needs that Lincoln Sphere. Like again, he's going to get bursted down by FTFC's combo, and that Lincoln Sphere might just make the difference between surviving that.
As I said, that Kux actually picks up the Yasha. He just picked up the casual point booster for now, and he's going to be picking up the Yasha. So, I mean, he's pretty much got haste when he does use his phase boots. Yeah.
And he's not level 16 yet. He's still got another level on that ultimate, which will give him a little bit more bonus move speed. So level 16, I mean.
Yeah, I mean the biggest item right now, which we're looking for the dire side, has to be this Blink Dagger out of Sand King. I mean, he's 1,000 away from it now, 1,050. There's already a push on top lane though. I don't think they're even going to bother defending it. They really just need this level 11 and the Blink Dagger on the Sand King to be able to fight anything.
You know, just with that Sand King as well, he was so pressured in that middle lane. It's just.
The stun misses from Lena. We have 3 Centaurs coming in, all of them walking into the ice path, all getting frozen. Let's see if we can see a 9-second chain stun here purely from the Chen. I mean, that would be brilliant to see. That's something that can turn into a team fight. They may try and defend this top tower.
Its hero stun is only 2 seconds, so a 6-second chain stun. But very powerful. Can't underestimate 6 seconds right there. While pressure is going on to the top tower, middle is also under attack, although Darkseer will TP out. I think they're giving this up. There's 3 heroes from uNxt on top, but this tower is looking so low. They might just be able to deny it. Very nice ice path will catch pretty much every single hero. Sand King will go in there, dodges the stun. Morphling chases. Jakiro might be in trouble here. Stun coming from Morphling. Jakiro ice path doesn't hit anyone.
Beautiful team play here from the dire side. Actually, not forcing a fight and getting a pick off at the same time. I mean,
Queen of Pain's coming.
Oh, and this Morphling's gonna die.
No,
oh, never mind. Hand of God. He's strength morphing. He's not strength morphing. Big mistake there. Actually turned off his strength morph. A little bit odd there.
He perhaps maybe just needed to just keep walking in the other direction.
Yeah, I mean
he kind of turned around there and got that last hit on him, and A, he didn't strength morph, and B, he kind of turned around to that Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain, who is chasing Sand King, who stuns it back. Queen of Pain is not giving up this fight. Queen of Pain really wants the Sand King.
He does have his Orchid up if he wants to use it. He chooses not to. He's not going to have enough mana.
I don't think Queen of Pain can do this because Queen of Pain just doesn't have the mana. Spells are on cooldown.
We do have Lena coming in right now. Nah, she's just going to back off. We take a little bit more damage, but not enough to get the kill. A little bit odd there as well. The Chen really should have been able to chain stun that Quap. I mean, he did get picked up by Rubik, and you do have 3 Centaurs sitting right under him. So a little bit of a misplay there. Maybe that was why Morphling turned off his Strength Morph, because they thought that they probably had the call of a Centaur stun there. Didn't end up happening, and Tiny actually takes the tower pretty much uncontested on his bottom lane.
Trouble. No. It's lifted towards the tower, but Jakiro's Ice Path will save them.
Rubik actually has the Sonic Wave from this Queen of Pain, though. He doesn't really have enough mana to cast his spells with it, though. Still hasn't picked up.
It could be a devastating combo, but doesn't have the mana exactly.
Yep. It's actually good because it's level 2 as well. I mean, stealing a level 1 Queen of Pain ultimate is actually one of the worst spells you can steal. Long cooldown. And we may see initiation right now.
Queen of Pain goes straight into Rubik's in a lot of trouble. So much damage straight onto the Rubik.
Can we see the chain stun come out? The first Sentinel stun misses. And yeah, he's going to get away. Finds a regen rune as well. I mean, probably not the rune he wanted. I mean, it's fine. Double damage maybe better at haste.
Just something to notice is Morphling decided to fully level Adaptive Strike before Morph. So his Morph is only level 2, but he's got a level 4 Adaptive Strike.
That's a little bit weird, actually.
That is actually really interesting.
Especially, I mean, Adaptive Strike actually does close to no damage. Like, if you look at it...
Bottom lane, Queen of Pain, Orchid, Scream, no Shadow Strike, gonna leave it. No, nothing happening there.
Yeah, nice little juking by Sand King there, just making sure he wouldn't get it. It was pretty unlikely he was gonna get the kill anyway, but just
wouldn't run a solo tower in that time.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like they're just getting these 1-for-nothing trades all the time. Tiny just got that. Does he have his scepter? He has his scepter and his Yasha. Okay, so I mean, we're just going to see Cux's farm go out of control. He hasn't died
Chen's
yet.
in a lot of trouble. I don't think Chen's going to make it out of that initiation with that Orchid. We're definitely seeing that Orchid paying dividends at the moment. Just one thing I missed about the Orchid is it does amplify damage by 30%. So any damage you do increase by 30%.
Yeah.
And that has made all the difference for ganking these players. Queen of Pain's able to get those solo kills with that Orchid because of that. And that kill lead is extending. We're looking at 14 to 6 at the moment. With XP showing, we're looking at 7.5k in the way of the Radiant at the moment. With gold going almost 10k in the way of the Radiant, and it's 23 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I mean, this Morphling really needs to get up another item besides the Lincoln Sphere before they can even start contending. And I dare say even 2 more items, something like a Manta Skatey, or they just need more in his Morphling right now. And he just doesn't have it. So we're going to be seeing all the outer towers being taken very, very soon by the Radiant side.
And, we've seen a lot of action come from most of the heroes. But if you look at this Tiny at the moment, Tiny has just been solo farming the spot lane for so long now. Completely uncontested while all the action's happening on mid and top. Tiny, the last time we looked at him, he had a Yasha. He just finished his Yasha, now he's completely finished that Aghanim Scepter. Good TP out by him. And Queen of Pain working on Queen of Pain's own Aghanim Scepter at the moment, so we're going to see, 2 Aghanim Scepters on this team definitely under 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Tiny's going to pick up the BKB now as well, so I mean, they have really nothing. I mean, a 10-second BKB at this point of the game. Dire, I don't know what they have to defend against the BKB Tiny with a Scepter, Yasha, Drums, Phase Boots. I mean, it's going to be a hasted Tiny roaming around in base, hitting all your supports for 250.
Teams are going to move through on the Dire jungle and
Okay, they may get caught out now.
Lena is going to get caught out here. Lena's taking a lot of damage. Ice Path will come out, locking 3 heroes in place. Epicenter catches no one.
And yeah, Epicenter on cooldown for 2 minutes now, and they know that. So probably, even though that Lena died, I mean, that's probably more of a loss for the Dire side again. I mean, they have no level 11 Epicenter. Now, Windrunner may be a little bit trouble. So Wind running away, he's going to be able to get out. And from if he does TP in just as a safekeeping.
Top lane. Darkseid could be in a bit of trouble here. Support will come through from Morphling and Rubik. They want this Tiny really bad. He's trying to get away. Wall comes out. Burrow Strike left. 4 heroes all on this Tiny. They're having a lot of trouble taking him out there. They might just... they're committing 4 heroes to take him out. And they almost lost Sand King and Darkseid during that.
Yeah, I mean, Cux was already at 3/4 HP when he started that as well. I mean, you throw Famufu in there with the ultimate, the Orchid. I mean, Tiny was only what? I mean, he was only about 1,000 away or something from his BKB, so it's not looking good.
That was an extremely important kill for uNxt. They needed to kill that Tiny. It was that I believe that's Tiny's first death, yeah. And this guy's been farming the whole game. He's so far ahead. He's 12,000 gold net worth. Leading the gold scores at the moment. He really needed to die for uNxt to keep themselves in this game.
Yeah, I mean, if we just have a look at the items on the supports as well, I mean, you can call Sand King a support, but he went, he did go mid, so I mean, he really should have the farm. I mean, even though he had a hard time, I mean, they expect him to get some sort of farm. So I mean, if you have a look at Rubik, he's just got the mana boots and the magic wand. I mean, we have a look at Darkseid. He's only got his Hood of Defiance, and Chen has the mechanism and the mana boots. Then if we have a look at Lena, she's picked up the Vlads for this Tiny. She has a mana boot, she has a bracer, and Jokiro hasn't earned. Probably going to be picking up a pipe next. I would assume. So I mean, just the support's doing a lot more right now for the Radiant side. And
again, I was going to mention earlier as well. I think it definitely came down to the early laning phase. We saw Sand King mid, who didn't do very well in his lane. Darkseid was completely denied in his lane, and that's 2 lanes you basically lost for, putting a lot of faith, banking a lot of faith on that top lane. And yeah, and I do believe Morphling is he's the only farm hero on that Dire side, and they're putting a lot onto this Morphling to win this game for them.
Yeah, I mean, pre-nerf, fully farmed. I don't know if you remember at the last international TR2, there was a game where a Tiny out-carried a full item Morphling. Now we're going to see him run into... The Hand of God comes out. Rubik's still going to go down.
Famofu on the Ancients, blinking out, bottom river. Top lane, top jungle's in trouble as well.
Chan's in a bit of trouble.
Chen will dodge it. 4 heroes from FTFC on this top lane. They want this tower. Quinnipiac, haste, middle lane, going onto the small fling. Orchid. Burst damage coming up, but it's just
may
not
go
gonna
down. He may go down from this. No, only 206 damage. It almost did though. That strength more keeping him alive. Because he probably would have went down even if he TP'd away. So
just to note, Quinnipiac has Aghanim Scepter now, so that ultimate 600 damage, 725 damage. I'm sorry, on a 40-second cooldown. That is going to be huge. But just to note, if Rubik steals that, he's going to steal the Aghanim upgraded version of the Sonic Wave. So Rubik, who has no spells at the moment.
That's probably the best spell he can steal right now is that 40-second cooldown, or what is it, 40 second on Quinnipiac, yeah. I mean, it's level 3 now as well. It's going to cost almost his whole mana pool though. Oh no, he has picked up the mana boots now.
Sand King bottom lane will go down. Queen of Pain with that Orchid. Amazing pickup. You know, I wasn't too sure about that Orchid pickup. I was thinking, you know, Sheepstick would have been a pretty decent pickup, but you know, we've just seen this Orchid being used to such great effect.
Yeah, I mean, items come and like go out of like they sort of go in phases. If a pro team picks up Hex a lot, they normally go for Hex. But I mean, Orchid used to be a very standard pickup on Queen of Pain as a first item, because you can just see how strong it is versus all these heroes that don't have the farm.
You can see FTFC are not giving up any towers here. They still have 2 of their T1s still up, and you were completely right previously when you noted that FTFC will be just taking down all those outer towers. And you know, uNxt, they're sitting on their solo, their last T2 mid tower, which is sitting at about a 3rd HP. And Tiny's going to come in now with his big tree and absolutely demolish that tower. And that's it, all the outer towers are gone. You know, we said this earlier. You know, uNxt, they're probably going to have to turtle. They built this team so that they could turtle potentially, and you know, now they're probably going to have to do that.
Yeah, I think this really come down to the bans. Beautiful bans by Famufu, banning out all those hard carry that they didn't want to play. And a little bit surprised they actually banned out the AM themselves. Talking was it uNxt actually banned out the AM because they just sort of. I think they really shot themselves in the foot banning out, because they really set themselves up for a hard carry pick. And they really left themselves with no one but the Morphling or the CK, but he's still not that hard carry about that they wanted. I think they really wanted the AM or the Void, or would have been a better pickup for them here.
You know, it's a scary lineup to go against this FTFC lineup at the moment with the amount of disables and the amount of burst damage on that team. Any hard carry is going to have a lot of trouble surviving those fights.
Queen of Pain actually going on the Rubik right now. Stun's going to come in though. He should be okay, but Blink's off cooldown already, and he is going to be able to get out of there. The silence just staying on Rubik long enough to not die there.
Rubik really needs to take a couple of spells. Every time I click on this Rubik, he doesn't have a spell stolen from his ultimate, and you know, it's not working well for them. Tiny on the top lane, he's going to go solo on this tower. Support's going to come through from uNxt. 3 heroes, BKB will come out from Tiny. Jakiro will come out, Ice Path will hit 1 hero, Sonic Wave. Famofu's going to come out, Chin's in a lot of trouble. Pipe, good item.
Who actually picked up that Darkseer has a pipe now, so it's going to be big.
Meanwhile, bottom tower went down to Morphling.
Yeah, I mean, all the trades so far, Morphling may go down right now. No, should be able to get away. Oh, wow. Is that flying across the map?
Where's
his Morphling?
That Shackle, he's on top lane. Yellow.
Yeah, that was very, very close.
That Shackle looked like it was just like a pixel off or something insane.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to try to say before, we had so much action recently. I was actually watching, I believe it was a pub match. Mufu and Godot were actually, if you don't know Godot, he's from
I know
Natural
Godot.
9.
Who doesn't know Godot?
Yeah, I just meant for the viewers. They were actually playing. Godot was on Clinks, and Famufu was on TA, and they were both super farmed. They had double racks, and they were versing a pub Tiny, and this Tiny picked up an Aghanim Scepter. He was about 6k gold behind both these carries. Initiation onto the Darkseer now. Darkseer's going to go down.
Stun
The stun
will
comes
keep him
in.
alive. Pipe on Hand of God.
goes down
didn't want to leave
anyway.
that fight though. Darkseer stayed in that fight and may it cost them. Net will come out, that will stop the blink, and that's the Queen of Pain kill that they wanted so badly.
Yep, that's a good trade for them. That's even though they lost the Darkseer, they don't have the hand of God for another 2 minutes now. But Queen of Pain is dead. She has the buyback,
I mean,
but unlikely
did
she'll be doing
Darkseer
it.
really need to stand there? I mean, he could have backed off. They had the stuns come up, they had the pipe. Hand of God came out, and he kind of just sat there and asked to die. I'm not too sure if that was a good idea.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a misplay. Yeah, but they're going to be doing a push in this middle lane. They can probably take this tower. Tiny does have a TP. He's picked up his hyper zone to
really
go to the Assault Curious.
This really is what they need. I mean, they've got 4 outer towers to go, and this is going to give them the gold that they really need to come back into this game. Rubik's taking a lot of damage. Shackle straight into the tree. Mick will come out. It might just save him. Ice Path onto Rubik as well.
He has Queen of Pain Sonic Boom as well, or Sonic Wave. So that's really good for him right now.
That is exactly the best spell that he can pick up, and hopefully he does something with that. That's a lot of damage.
This is a big mistake them trying to push in now though. I really feel they picked their line up to Turtle. That's what they should be doing. They should be just taking that tower backing off, and they do it.
They can't really push. I mean, they're at the stage at the moment now where they're behind, and Tiny just solo pushing that lane every single time. You're not looking at him, and he'll be taking your, he's just pushing into your base, and he's just going to walk out for free.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, we haven't seen Tiny in the majority of these engagements. He's been solo farming, solo pushing in that lane, and his items are just getting bigger and bigger.
I'm predicting we're gonna see like an ultra kill or a rampage come out from this Tiny in the first team fight in the first 5v5 team fight we actually see. I'll just continue that story real quick. Yeah, and Famufu and Godot were very ahead on TA and Clinks. Already had double racks. And this Tiny picked up a Scepter, and all of a sudden the game just turned, and the game went for about another 30-40 minutes. This Tiny, if they weren't double racks, they would have actually out-carried both the Super Farm TA and the Super Farm Clinks. So Tiny, I mean, such a viable carry, and he's so good early game as well. This is why I don't know how much this after nerf Morphling is going to be able to do.
Tiny, Jen's in a lot of trouble. Oh, so
is the
much
Windrunner.
damage. He needs one more.
One more wave from his Windrunner. Should be able to get it. He doesn't have... No, he's going to replicate back somewhere. I don't even know where he went to there. And yeah, Windrunner just escaping in that fight. So
yeah, Chen as well just escaping in that fight against that Tiny that I was watching.
He actually picked up an Ethereal Blade.
Which hero?
Morphling. So he has gone for that shotgun build. It's late shotgun.
It's a rather late shotgun, and who can he really I mean, he's got Jakiro. 1200-ish HP, Lena 1k HP, Windrunner.
I mean, the only reason Windrunner survived then was because of the mechanism, but I mean, he needs to pick up his next item. I assume he's going to go for probably, I would just go for another Eagle Horn or something now, or even a Reaver or something. Yeah,
Butterfly could make the difference in fights because you don't want Tiny hitting you for that crazy amount of damage that he will be hitting you.
I really feel they need to go more all in than go for that like Manta type build now. I think they really need to.
Manta's definitely, it's past the Manta. We're past that right now. I think he also needs a BKB. If they lock down this Morphling in fights, he's not going to be able to do very much. He needs a BKB. He needs that Butterfly. He needs to just output that damage.
They're smoking now. Maybe going into this Roshan, but how long are they going to be able to do this for? Cox is just going to take this lane super quick if he chooses to. He's not choosing to right now, but they're revealed. Queen of Pain's already used a blink. She has the Null Talisman, the Nelson actually. Queen of Pain should go down right now if they do this correctly, and she does. Beautiful pick off there. Queen of Pain, no buyback, and she's dead for 80 seconds. At the same time, Cox pushing in. Look how much damage he's getting in his towers. He just doesn't even care. He may even BKB for this and just take it. Yeah, yes he does.
He's going to go straight onto he's going to TV back. Morphling's actually in a lot of trouble here. Jakiro doing so much damage. Somebody's going to get picked up here. Jakiro will be that casualty. Lena will most likely make it out of there. Jakiro really wants to escape, but I don't think he's going to make it. Double Ice Path catches 2 heroes. This Rubik needs to be careful. He could get taken down. They want this Lena. 5 seconds for Burrow Strike. Lena will drop a gem of True Sight. What is going on there? 1 second. 1 second for the stun. And catching Lena as well. So that's 3 kills. That's 3 kills. Queen of Pain, Jakiro, Lena. I think that was a really good trade.
Yeah, it was actually a big misplay by Tiny. His whole team was there to back him up, and he had his stun and his toss up, and his BKB was still on. He TP'd. I don't know. I think I think he could have stayed and just demolished that whole team in 1 or 2 hits after his stun, and then taken a Rax. But
uNxt definitely taking advantage of that rare mistake by FTFC. I mean, you're completely right. If that Tiny had stayed, maybe, in fact, it probably would have been different. Tiny was on half HP though.
yeah, he's actually opted for the Manta so that more push. He can just send the Manta illusions in there, get a bit of damage. You see the Manta will attack now.
He's finished an Aghanim Scepter, and turn that Yasha into a Manta. Now, going for the AC, and I think that will pretty much complete his items. I mean, he's got room for one more after that, and we're going to be looking at a full inventory Tiny before the 50-minute mark. And we were talking about Morphling earlier, how he probably shouldn't be going for that Manta at the moment. He's just picked up that Yasha, so I think Morphling will actually be going for that Manta, and I don't think it's really going to help him that much.
Yeah, I mean, he's running around with 0 agi, 0 strength right now. He's going to try a shotgun, but he doesn't.
Oh, Sand King misses the stun. Kira's in there, going through the jungle, through the woods, sorry. Sand King needs to stun, but no vision. Good juking.
Not sure what happened there with the Ethereal. Did you see who he used his Ethereal Blade on?
On the Windrunner.
Oh, okay.
Who mech'd straight away, who instantly mech'd. And Kux is going to go straight for the Rax, and then BKB TP out. Very low though. Morphling almost took him down.
It'd be interesting to see how much the illusions actually do with Tiny. They do get the Scepter, they do get the base damage. I mean, Tiny's base damage is huge. If
they get that cleave
a
from the Scepter
up,
as well. Well, Darkseer really needs Scepter, doesn't he? And he's got the pipe, but he's just, what is he building, an ultimate orb? What are we looking at here?
I would assume.
Lincoln. Yeah.
I mean, we could have ourselves a game here. I think. I mean, I think FTFC have not missed their mark, but I'm just surprised they haven't just.
They are starting to drop a lot of deaths. I mean, maybe this Ethereal Blade was a good pickup for the Morphling because he's starting to pick up quite a few kills.
I really don't know
FTFC at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they didn't just push in earlier when they did pick up the Aghanim Scepter. He had the Manta, but Cox is invis right now.
One more hit. Hand of God coming out. Chen's in a lot of trouble. Juking, nice.
Beautiful juke from Chen
Blink will
there.
still come out. Oh, another one.
He's going to juke around again. FTFC, eat your heart out. Watch out. Wernsan on the Chen, just so small players can change the game, and he's making them now.
AC completed on Tiny. They want this Tiny. Adaptive Strike will come through. Sand King looking for the Burrow Strike, not in range.
Blink is too long away, and yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm surprised that they didn't just push in when they had that 15,000 gold lead. I really don't feel that they could have defended it, but it seems like they're just happy to have Tiny split push and use a BKB. That's one thing that isn't very good right now. Did Cox pick up another bit? No. He's only got 7 seconds on his BKB now, so I mean, if he does that one or two more times,
the more he does that, the shorter the BKB goes, and he's not using these BKB in the fights. He's using them to try and take down this Rex, to damage this Rex, and by the time that you get into a team fight and you've got a 5-second BKB, you might be regretting that.
Yeah, I mean, and if this Morphling picks up another few items before they actually manage to take Rax.
Something on the career, Manta style completed on the Morphling.
Yeah.
Arguable pickup, I think a Butterfly would have been better. I think he should have just gone for that max agility and really increase that Ethereal Blade damage as well. Roche being tickled just for the moment.
I mean, Manta does give you, I think, more agility than, or maybe just less. But, I mean, he can morph all the strength into it, and he'll still get the 36 agi from the Manta style. So still a lot of agility.
You really want the dodge as well, though. The evasion from there, and the extra attack speed. Everything on that item is just a beautiful item. And Kux again on that top lane, just split pushing Manta illusions. He only needs one illusion. He's going to leave one illusion there to take down the creeps. 2 illusions.
Yeah, and they really have to take out these illusions before they start doing damage to Rax.
2,800 HP on those illusions. And this is why Manta is such a good item on Tiny as well.
Yeah. I mean, we're most likely going to be seeing a Daedalus being picked up on Tiny next, and that's just gonna, Yeah,
Well,
that's
he
going to
could
be
go
huge.
for something like a Miona. You want something that could also increase your attack speed, but definitely a Daedalus would increase that damage output substantially. Bottom lane, so no, bottom river rather. Both teams having a bit of a peek. Ice Wall will come out. Sand King will be caught. Will Lena latch the stun? Ethereal Blade, Lena so low.
The clutch
Replica.
mechanism saving VDK right there. He pops back out to his replica
Pain.
ulti from Queen of Pain.
Takes Chen to half health. Hand of God still available. Hand of God coming through. Mechanism still available. Hasn't been used yet. Mechanism coming through. Chen will go down. Darkseid's in a lot of trouble. Shaka will latch onto a tree.
And yeah,
Tiny.
big
Stun.
ultimate from SK right now, but it's just not doing enough
Rubik
damage.
will go down. This could be Rex. This is the Rex they were looking for. Sand King in a lot of trouble. Orchid, Ice Wall. Triple kill from Queen of Pain. I mean, we were thinking about that rampage from Tiny, but a triple kill from Queen of Pain, that's pretty good too. Darkseid will buy back. I don't know.
Not
GG,
to
that's
take
it.
the racks. That's okay, fair enough.
GG. Well, maybe an early tap out. I mean, I think.
Yeah, I mean maybe
I didn't think they were.
too early tap
I
out.
don't think they were completely out of that. I think Morphling was still. Morphling was definitely in the game. I mean, you've lost one team fight. That may have been a T3, not necessarily Rex. You don't know. I think they should have played it out. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I mean it's almost definitely over. I mean, they didn't have too much chance to win that, but I feel I don't know. I feel they tapped out too early there. I feel they could have they didn't. I mean, they did start charging down mid to take their axe, and then they called GG. But then they kind of backed off into Roshan. So I mean, they would have all been up except for the Sand King now before the Aegis pick up, before the first push. So maybe give it one more shot. But in the end, they were already 20k gold ahead. I mean, the XP was over 20k as well. And yeah, I mean, nice split push play. No real team fights in the end. But yeah, just too much for uNxt.
I definitely think the early laning phase, really made the difference. It really snowballed to make that difference at the end of the day. Putting that Sand King in mid, who, it meant you lost that mid lane straight away. Darkseid at bottom, didn't get anything, and you're banking everything on the Morphling, who, was the only hero that had farm, and Queen of Pain and Tiny just kind of ran that game, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, well, yeah, we should probably wrap up the first VOD. So, for those of you who are just joining us on the stream, this is GiGa TV, and this is Dasher and A's, or Avril, bringing you the Barcraft New Zealand Dota2 Tournament Grand Final. And, of course, this was GiGa versus uNxt. Yeah, so the second match is going to be up in just a second. So if you're on the stream, kick back, don't go anywhere. We'll be getting that next match up in the next few minutes. If you're watching this on YouTube, have a look in the description below. You'll be able to find a link to the second match. And, yeah, we'll be back real soon.